Welcome back to the Dividend Diplomats YouTube channel. Everyone, you got Lanny for the Dividend Diplomats. Guys, we are pumped up. We are amped up. We are ready to go to talk to you about our favorite topic, dividend increases, and the 6 companies that are expected to announce dividend increases in September 2021.
You know the drill by now. Smash that subscribe button. Give Bert and I a nice thumbs up. We're talking not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but 6 dividend stocks set to increase their dividend over the next 3 weeks to finish up September.
Always makes me think of that Greg Popovich gif where he's just counting the rings. He's in the 1, 3, 4. Oh yeah, the 5. That's the one that always comes to mind, but we're trumping that one with the 6th dividend increase here in this video. Everybody, why do we love dividend increases so much?
Why?
The goal is to reach financial freedom by growing our passive income stream to one day cover our expenses. To us, that is the point where you are going to achieve financial freedom. Costs go up, so guess what your income stream needs to do as well? It needs to go up, it needs to increase, it needs to grow. So we are always on the hunt to see which dividend stocks are set to increase your dividend income, our dividend income, everybody's dividend income, so that we can hit financial freedom.
You get dividends, Bert gets dividends, everybody here gets dividends. We want dividends.
If you check on the bottom, I was going to say, if you check on the bottom of your seat and you have a red sticker on the bottom, you may have got a dividend increase here with this show. So everybody, get hyped up, get ready. We've got 6 exciting ones for you. But first, Lanny, let's give a quick recap. What were your thoughts on the month of August in terms of dividend increases? What would you give as a quick summary for the viewers?
August was a very unexpected month of dividend increases. That is kind of the overall theme from August. Really some great surprises in there. Most notably, the John Deere increase was very exciting with the second increase over 16%. But Bert, there's a big yield stock that we have to talk about from August that definitely blew expectations. And what is that accidentally high yielder that had a pretty solid increase to go with it?
All right, that company is Altria Group, ticker symbol MO. Why was it so shocking? Their dividend increase to end the month was 4.7%, which was above their 5-year average and above their streak of recent dividend increases, which have been lower in the very low single-digit percentages. So you take that 4.7% dividend increase, that banger for Altria Group, and you add that to the 7% plus dividend yield. That's a huge, huge dividend factor right there. I'm glad that you called it out there, Lanny.
In the words of somebody else, we're talking about big monies. So Altria, great increase. Obviously, we had the other standard ones throughout the month, the Dividend Aristocrat family, such as Illinois Tool Works with 7% and Dover Corp with a nice little chip in at 1%. But that was the past. We're talking about now and here in the future. So Bert, 6 dividend growth stocks. That is about to hit the news here. A lot of Dividend Aristocrats are on this list, as well as some potential, people that are knocking on the door. Some neighbors, the Dividend Aristocrats that are saying, hey, can we join the club soon?
Yeah, we'll see, though. That's the key here, and we're expecting them to, and that's the fun of it, and that's why we love doing this video and writing this article in our blog every month. We love seeing which companies the expectations are going to be there so that we have something to look forward to, because we've noticed to a lot of Dividend Aristocrats, a lot of long-term dividend companies that are consistent with their dividend growth. So every time it's pretty much consistent in the same year. They do it to the same month, the same day, sometimes even the same time in that month, which Lanny's you're going to talk about that one, Lanny. I'm saving that one for you when that one comes up, and you know which one of the stocks on this list I am talking about.
I do.
So shall we jump right in, Lanny? Let's start with the 6 companies. What are your thoughts?
Let's do it, Bert. Hit him with the first punch.
All right. Well, I'm going to hit him with the left. I'm going to hit him with the right. That first dividend stock that's set to increase its dividend here in September is Lockheed Martin, ticker symbol LMT. Why would you recognize Lockheed? They are the largest aerospace company out there. They are crushing it in terms of building jets, engines for the government. And a lot of the big defense contracts seem to always go Lockheed Martin's way as that defense budget continues to grow and grow and grow. And also, we've featured them a lot on our YouTube channel recently, Lanny, because if I'm correct, you've been calling them out as a dividend stock that may be undervalued despite a really high share price.
You gotta love Lockheed Martin, a great dividend growth stock. And in fact, yeah, they do trade high, but they trade at $356 a share. But to not let that scare you, they're only up 3% year to date. In fact, over the last few months, they're actually down. And then obviously on a 52-week basis, they're actually down by over 6%.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And what's cool about that, with their stock price coming down, their dividend yield is closing in on 3% too. So it's one of those companies you got to keep a close eye on, a 3% yield and undervalued stock. Now let's talk about their dividend growth rate to see the other half of that dividend factor. Their 5-year average dividend growth rate is 9.52%. Last year, they increased their dividend 8.3%. So I'd say Lockheed is a pretty consistent high single-digit percent dividend increase company there. 3% dividend yield plus a nearly 10% average dividend growth rate is a very, very nice combination that should catch every dividend investor's attention.
I'm going to go off a limb here and saying they're going to go from $2.60 per quarter to $2.75.
I'm feeling optimistic today, everyone. I'm in a good mood. I'm going to say $2.80 there, both of which great dividend increases. For Lanny's sake, yeah, you better hope I'm right, Lanny, to see your income increase. And the reason I always talk about this stock with Lanny is this is one of Lanny's first dividend stock purchases. So this one holds a special place in his heart.
Literally, it's got to be one of my first 5 dividend stock purchases. For sure, first 10. The whole story is I had every dollar, every cent I could scrap together. My cost was $2,005.73. Not a round number, but that's just what I had at the time when I bought it. And I'm very happy that I did.
I bet you are.
Yeah. Great dividend stock with almost 20 years of dividend growth. So again, one that's knocking on the door of being a dividend aristocrat.
Speaking of dividend aristocrats, let's move into stock number 2. This is one of our top 5 foundation stocks for your portfolio, everybody. We're going to head over to the Golden Arches, swing through the drive-thru, and talk about McDonald's, ticker symbol MCD. This is the stock that I was talking about that Lanny loves predicting down to the minute for when they're going to announce their dividend increase. So Lanny, why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, let me tell you something about that. Well, actually, if you don't remember this, last year they threw a huge curveball. They were doing a lot of different things with their business model. And, they actually had a delayed declaration date by about 2 weeks. And I think it threw all dividend investors for a whirl. Wasn't it about 2 weeks, Bert?
Yeah, because it was in October when they actually announced their dividend. It drove you insane. I mean, you were furious at this.
Well, I think it was more so like, are they even going to announce a dividend increase? I mean, it was pandemic. You really didn't know what to expect. And, traditionally for McDonald's, for those that may not know, it is traditionally, I believe, the 3rd Thursday of September that they increase it. You can go back and look at the track record. I think it's the 3rd Thursday.
It's between 4:30 and 5 p.m. too, I believe, on the East Coast. Like it is, you can hit this window down to the minute if you really want to, which made it even more infuriating that they actually never announced their dividend, because when a company is that scheduled and that consistent with when they're announcing it, and then suddenly they don't announce anything, you don't feel great about that. You get the sense that something is up there. Luckily, though, they came around and eventually announced a small 3.2% dividend increase, which was below the company's 5-year average dividend growth rate of 7.71%.
I mean, so this year, it could be on September 16th. Mark your calendars for that date, specifically 4:30 to 5 p.m. Mm-hmm. Check their news page on their investor relations.
And our Twitter feed, because we're probably going to be tweeting it out when this happens.
I'm thinking they're going to go from $1.29 per share per quarter to $1.35, about 4.65% increase.
I agree with you, Lanny. That to me was going to be my optimistic one. If you said something less than that, I was going to say I'm feeling up to $1.35. So it'll be lower than the 5-year average growth rate, but higher than last year. I think that's a very fair estimate here for McDonald's.
All right, so let's get into dividend stock number 3. We're going to go into the technology sector, which is not too often that we get to do that here on the Dividend Investing channel. And we were talking about the legendary, the iconic Microsoft Inc., ticker symbol MSFT. Again, they were a huge winner during the pandemic with their Microsoft Teams and Office 365 package, as well as they're coming kind of a big competitor in the governmental contract space as well. For last year, their increase was about 9.8% for this beast. I'm currently paying around a 56 cent per share per quarter. They increased last year right in line with their 5-year average. Do you think they fall in line again?
I do. I mean, it's still going to be, they still have to spend a lot of money to remain competitive in this sector. And I think it was a great call out with how they're taking advantage and trying to take a huge bite of the government pie. Their cloud-based business is taking off as well. Their market cap just continues to grow incredibly. So I think about a 10% dividend increase is very much in line. So their quarterly dividend right now is 56 cents. So I'm seeing what that would give you, about 6 cents right there to bump it up to 62 cents, maybe somewhere between 61 or 62 cents, right?
Well, I hope for the shareholders you're right. I'm going to go with 5 cents, a 9% increase from 56 to 61.
Yeah, well, there we have it. So we'll see, everybody. Lanny and I, we're pretty much on the same page so far in the first 3 here, even though I was feeling a little more optimistic about Lockheed. Our percentages are in line.
Here comes your favorite company then for dividend stock number 4.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I own them. They're not one of my favorites, but what's going to be exciting here, at least seeing what this company is, we already talked about how their competitor announced an above average, unexpectedly large dividend increase.
It's true. Damn true.
Now let's see if that trickles through here to this company in September. Dividend stock number 4 is Philip Morris, ticker symbol PM. So their 5-year average dividend growth rate is 3.31%. Last year, they announced a 2.56% dividend increase. Interesting. Let's see what Philip Morris might be thinking.
Philip Morris historically, again, at that 3% rate, but Altria did a nice almost 5% increase. I mean, it's going to be hard to kind of keep in line with Altria. Sometimes they do their own thing, to say the least. I think they're going to increase it by 4 cents from $1.20 per quarter to $1.21. 4 cents is going to get you, a small increase, maybe around 3.33%.
It's right in line with their 5-year average. I was going to say 4 cents. That's where I was thinking too. But also, yeah, I was going to say 5 cents just to make it a nice even round number too. Maybe I'll say that. A nice little surprise, but it could be 4 cents as well, since that is an average. But they're not going to be blowing us away with a surprise 10% dividend increase this month. I do not foresee that one at all.
I know me and many other people hope you're right at 5 cents. I know that will be a nice, well-felt dividend increase since I own over 100 shares of them.
That would be very nice, wouldn't it?
It would, Bert. Now, let's go into the coffee brewing, the morning roast, the Italian roast, the Pike's Place, the pumpkin spice latte, you name it right now, Starbucks, ticker symbol SBUX. Bert, give me a little background about Starbucks, their dividend history, the rate, the current, increase from last year. What are they going to do?
Yeah, I'm shocked you didn't mention that new Jewish roast that they're getting out there right there into their product line. Kidding. No, I'm kidding. Starbucks, what we love about this company is, if you want to talk about companies that you see in a pandemic that have just absolutely crushed it, despite the fact that their stores were not open for a long time, and even after they are reopened, when you drive by a Starbucks, man, that line in the drive-thru is just wrapped around. And even the ones that do have openings, you see people lined up inside to get their Starbucks coffee. You have to have that fill in the morning. What'd you say?
The culture, it's really, I wrote an article about 7 years ago, maybe 6, 7 years ago. I feel like, gosh, I'm getting so old. But really, Starbucks bring families together, brings businesses together, meetings, connections, relationships. So it's more than just the coffee you're drinking. And that's the experience that they want to bring to you.
Yeah, and people need it. They wanted it. They're expanding internationally. They have some aggressive growth plans as well. So it's exciting times for Starbucks, and that's why I'm happy to be a
Great
shareholder.
company.
Yeah,
Great company.
I love it. I love the fact that I own their stock. 5-year average dividend growth rate is 17.79%, but the dividend growth has been slowing a little bit recently. Last year, they only announced a 9.75% increase in their dividend here. So what are you thinking this year for Starbucks, Lanny?
I'm thinking big things for Starbucks. I'm thinking actually that what they'll do is about 11% increase, 5 cents from 45 to 50. Big things for Starbucks. You don't get many optimistic increases from me. Here's one.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. Again, nice round number, bring it up to 50 cents, 11% right there. Bring it up a little bit higher to their 5-year average. Fantastic. Man, we are in agreement on a lot of these, aren't we, Lanny?
Well, Bert, let's see if we're in agreement on dividend stock number 6.
To round it out, General Mills, ticker symbol GIS.
This is on the list. Interesting. Crazy.
Yeah. So why is this one on the list? Interestingly, General Mills was a nice, slow dividend increase consumer staple stock. They then acquired a nice big pet food business, and they got their balance sheet, had a nice little debt load to it. So management decided to stop the dividend increases for several years. They were going to hold off, hang tight. Now in 2020, in September 2020, they announced their first dividend increase post that acquisition. They were finally ready to start increasing that payout to shareholders. So that's why for September 2021, they are back on the list. And I am hoping here they're going to make it 2 consecutive years of annual dividend increases.
You're right, Bert. They had a 2-cent increase from 49 to 51 last year during a pandemic. They paid down more debt than they expected, again, because of the increase in demand for their products. This year, I'm going to say they do another 2-cent increase from 51 to 53 at just under 4%.
Yep, I agree there. They weren't exactly blowing the dividend increases out of the water before they stopped increasing their dividend. They were only increasing it 1 or 2 cents per quarter, pre-freezing their dividend. So that's why I think 2 cents is a very reasonable estimate here for General Mills. I'm not expecting anything more or anything higher than that.
Now, don't be surprised if they only do 1 cent as well.
Yeah. We're in a good mood tonight, though, everybody, as we're recording this, though. So that's why you're getting a 2-cent prediction here for General Mills.
Bert put down a couple natty daddies. He's got that liquid courage flowing right now.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So let's recap here, everybody. Here are the 6 companies: Lockheed Martin, McDonald's, Microsoft, Philip Morris, Starbucks, and General Mills right there. The 6 companies that are expected to announce dividend increases in September. But remember what we said happened in the month of August. We only featured 3 dividend increases, but we talked about how many other surprise companies announced dividend increases throughout the month. So even though we're only here talking about 6 today, get ready. I expect September to have plenty of other surprise dividend increases that we are going to talk to you as they get announced on our YouTube channel throughout the month.
And the one that wasn't on the list is because they already had an increase, and that was Verizon. They had a nice 2% increase during that first few days of September. So 2% Verizon for you and the shareholders. I just so happen to be wearing a hat that has a V. No, it's not Verizon. Yes, it's for Vanguard. Holler at your boy. But Verizon.
I'm happy you self-said that one because I was just getting ready to say that. So everybody, there it is, 6 companies right there, and that bonus Verizon increase that since it happened, we're not going to talk about how we're expecting it because it already happened. So again, everybody, let us know your thoughts. How many of these companies you own in the comment section, and what companies we left off the list that you are expecting dividend increases from too. If you haven't, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, help us get to 10 million subscribers.
Not 1, not 2 subscribers, but 10 million. Again, that was Bert bringing you his 6 increases. Check out the blog article for more details as well in case you missed something here on the video. That was Bert, and this was Lanny from the Dividend Diplomats. Over and out.